Hello Wilden, it's Thursday the 14th of May and you're listening to Matt and Scott on Wilden Radio. We'd just like to start by offering a very warm welcome to the German exchange students.
I think the good thing about Wilden is you can be good at whatever you want to be good at.
It's not just the adults who make the main decisions, they like the children to make the decisions, and that's why I think the school runs so well.
I think what's special about Wilden is that there is definitely a culture where everybody is working together towards a common goal, and that includes the youngsters as well.
They have training where they explore what makes a good lesson for them, what makes learning happen, and then they go and observe in the classroom.
You guys are going to be there with your own knowledge, with your own research. Why not share it with somebody else?
They'll feed back to them about their lesson, what they felt worked well in the lesson, where perhaps things could have been changed for learning to happen better.
You had a good bond or link with the students.
Yeah.
They took advice and they weren't afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
I think the fact that students have a voice in their learning makes them feel responsible for what happens within the classroom and therefore much more engaged in what's happening within the classroom.
Another area that we thought could be worked on was including possibly peer assessments.
Okay.
In the end, the teachers are teaching the pupils, so it's important what the pupils think.
I think if you embrace youngsters' opinions, then they will buy into new ideas, they will buy in and feel that they're working for something which has got a common outcome for all of us and especially for them.
In your classes, they don't just make you sit with your textbooks and just read through them and write into your books. There's a lot more talking involved and working in groups.
But what's important about how you're communicating there?
You'll be able to make eye contact with everybody.
Yeah, spot on. You'll be able.
The traditional method of just the teacher standing at the front is not what youngsters want. It is about testing children's knowledge. I think probably they buy into it more if they feel they're contributing to the lesson rather than being spoken at.
I think his is more like deeply feeling because the language he uses and the length of his speeches are longer than the ones at the beginning. You always have to listen to see if anybody says something that you might agree with or disagree with, and if there's any points you can build upon. He'll show me things in different light.
They're forced to watch work with a critical eye. It's not a case of sitting down and being an audience member and just enjoying what's before you. Why is this an effective still image?
The way the paparazzi sort of made an arch over her was like a bit of a prison.
You try and dig a little bit deeper, so you don't just take the first answer. You look at the hows, the whats, the whys, the wheres, and encourage students to speak and create a developed response as opposed to a one-word answer. Why are levels important in a still image?
Because it shows who's lower down and who's higher up.
Very good, well done. Which character stood out for you the most and why?
The school's full of good teachers and good practice, and there's just an array of teachers to observe and ideas that you can get. As far as development goes, this school's a great place to be in NQT because there's loads of opportunities to develop as a teacher.
We have one of the best training programmes for NQTs, I think, in any school within the county. But more importantly, we do nurture our staff.
Modelling lessons, observing lessons, working with staff to improve the quality of their teaching and learning, but also to help them use new technologies, to use new ideas and initiatives. So raising higher order questioning, the use of AFL in lessons, and also the actual technology that they're using and the processes within that.
Every child has a mobile, every child pretty much has an iPod or an MP3 player. Rather than saying you can't have it in school, it's looking at how we can use that in an exciting way to inspire teaching so that we're not just having a face-to-face teaching situation where we break lessons into small parts and then we finish and that's it.
With the technology, it's got to be about making them think. You want something visual, you want something actually active, which they will touch, they will get involved in.
Not all students just like to listen to the teacher and then just take notes. Just get really hands-on in their learning. I think that really helps.
Wilden does a whole range of things that are engaging for all students, and I think it creates a much more pleasant working environment.
They know that we are in it for them and that nobody should slip through the net. We have high aspirations for all of them, whatever level of ability they come in at.